In this video, we will be seeing about the talus bone, the osteology of the talus bone. So as you see here, this talus bone is the second largest tarsal bone, the first largest being the calcaneus. So it articulates with the navicular bone in front to form the pretellar joint, and below it articulates with the calcaneus to form the subtalar joint, and above this articulates with the tibia and fibula to form the ankle joint. One peculiarity of this talus bone is that it is devoid of muscular attachment. Now coming to the side determination of this talus bone. So this is the head of the talus bone. It is globular in shape. Let me isolate it. So see, this is the head of the talus. It is globular in shape, head of the talus, and it is globular in shape facing anteriorly. And then this constricted part, what you are seeing here, this constricted part, this is the neck of the talus. So this is the head of the talus. It is globular in shape and it is facing anteriorly, and this constricted part just nearer to the head is called as the neck of the talus. And then this is the body of the talus. So what you're seeing here, this is the body of the talus and it faces upward. Below the body it has a single concave articular facet. So what you're seeing here, this portion, this is the articular facet. Coming to the main important point of side determination. So on the medial side of this talus bone, it has a comma-shaped articular facet. So what you're seeing here, this is the comma-shaped articular facet. While on the lateral side, you will be seeing a triangular shaped articular facet. Right. So with these, we can determine the side of the talus. So this is the anterior portion. It is globular in structure and it is called as the head of the talus, and this constricted portion, this is called as the neck of the talus. And what you are seeing here, this is the body of the talus and it is convex articular facet. It has a convex articular facet, and then below that it has a single concave articular facet. Right. So on the medial side you will be having a comma shaped articular facet, and on the lateral side you will be appreciating a triangular shaped articular facet. So with all these points, it is easy to determine the side of the talus. So this is the right side talus. Coming to the general features of the talus. So as I already mentioned in front, it is having a head. So it is having a convex articular facet. The head is having a convex articular facet. So when you look from the side, you can appreciate the shape. It is convex in nature. So this is the convex articular facet of the head. So this is the convex articular facet of the head facing anteriorly. So this convex articular facet, it articulates with the corresponding articular facet found on the proximal part of the navicular bone. So as you see here, this is the navicular bone, right? So it has an articular surface on its proximal part. So the head of the talus, it articulates with the articular facet found on the proximal part of the navicular bone. Now coming to the undersurface of the head. So the undersurface of the head contains three articular facets. One is the anterolateral articular facet, and the other one is the middle articular facet, and the last one is the posterior articular facet, which is very large in nature. Right. So the undersurface of the head, it contains three articular facets. One is the anterolateral, the other one is the middle, and the other one is the posterior articular facet. These three articular facets, they will articulate with the articular surface found on the dorsal surface of the calcaneum. Right. Next to the head, it is the neck. It is constricted in nature. So on the dorsal aspect of this talus bone, you can easily appreciate the constriction of the neck. So as you see from the front, the neck is inclined downwards. forwards and towards the medial side. Next, coming to the body of the talus. So as you see here, it is cuboidal in shape and totally it has 5 surfaces, namely the dorsal surface, and the second one is the plantar surface, and then the medial surface, and then the lateral surface, and the last one is the posterior surface. So as I already mentioned, this dorsal surface is an articular surface and it is convex in nature. And this articular surface is termed as the trochlear articular facet. Right, trochlear articular facet. It is convex from anterior side to posterior side and concave from lateral to medial side, and this comes in contact with the articular facet over the lower end of the tibia and forms a part of the ankle joint. Coming to the nature of the surface, so as you see here, the anterior part is broader when compared with the posterior part. So the anterior part of the trochlear facet is broader in nature than the posterior part. Next, coming to the medial surface of the body of the talus. So it is articular above and it is non-articular below, right? This upper articular surface, it is comma in shape and it comes in contact with the articular surface found on the tibia. The next is the lateral surface and it is having a triangular articular facet as you see here. The major portion of the lateral surface of the body of the talus is articular in nature, whereas only small portion of the lateral surface is non-articular. This triangular shaped articular facet has its apex downwards and its base upwards. So this triangular articular facet found on the lateral surface of the body of the talus, this comes in contact with the corresponding articular facet found on the medial aspect of the lateral malleolus of the fibula, right? And then coming to the last surface, so this is the plantar surface of the body of the talus bone. This articular facet actually it articulates with the calcaneum forming the subtalar joint.